Hello, I'm Misty Bishop, and I'm doing this video as a part of 31 FemTruth Challenge for March, which is endometriosis month. I was diagnosed by a laparotomy by a specialist in Atlanta, Dr. Cinervo. I ended up there because my sister was diagnosed months before with similar symptoms, and she was diagnosed by a very dangerous and scary surgery where she had to have 6 blood transfusions by someone who is not a specialist and not experienced. So that's why I ended up with a specialist in the beginning. I've had one surgery. It was a laparotomy and a hysterectomy. Partial hysterectomy. My uterus was removed. I'm not been currently diagnosed with any other chronic illnesses. However, I am dealing with all the symptoms of another autoimmune illness, but my appointment with a specialist is not until May, so I've been waiting since December for my appointment. The symptoms that surprised me the most in the beginning was the leg pain and the back pain. I knew very little about endometriosis, and what I did know, I thought that it was pelvic pain. I didn't realize it was pain that could spread to other parts of the body. It depends on where the pain is and the day. The pelvic pain sometimes feels like a constant pressure that goes on for hours or days. Sometimes it's a really awful cramping, and sometimes it feels like someone is stabbing me with a knife and scraping at my insides with that knife. The leg pain is a cramping, throbbing, aching, sometimes very excruciating pain. Definitely, sadly, a lot of times, I've had doctors give me advice that I knew was wrong. So, well, all of it, the research of endometriosis, the symptoms, the pain, the treatment. I wish they knew more about all of it, so they could stop misinforming ladies and giving them advice that is not going to help them. I was told to have a hysterectomy, which I did, a partial hysterectomy, and then I was told to have my ovaries removed. I was told to have or to get pregnant and that my pain would go away, and none of those are all cures for endometriosis. So I wish they just knew more in general. I have friends in the medical field who said they spent less than a day learning about endometriosis. So I wish the medical field was more educated about this disease. Definitely my parents. They are wonderful. My sister who suffers from endometriosis, my cousin who suffers from endometriosis are both a huge support to me. Also, my boyfriend and my friend Lisa, who suffers from chronic illness. Those are my support. I had to think a lot about this one because there's a lot of advice I'd like to give to people living with endometriosis, especially those that are have been recently diagnosed. But I think the biggest piece of advice that I would want to leave is educate yourself about what's going on with your own body. Please educate yourself, so you know when the advice that you're given is wrong, and you know how to better take care of yourself. And I nominate Ashley Shaw to take this 31 FemTruths challenge.